All right, guys. Fula come to you with another quick commentary. Well, it may not be too quick, but I just wanted to highlight some things, and many of these things are going to rub people the wrong way, but I don't do it for, so to say, for people for a popularity contest. I do it because this is my truth. This is how I operate, and many people don't like how I operate, but that's not my problem. Especially Belejo and Denejo women don't like how I operate. And many Belejo men don't like how I operate either. You know what I mean? But those Belejo men, for the most part, they don't like themselves. You know what I mean? That's why they come to this page and troll. That's why they come to this page and see if I'm even talking about them. And I'm not even like, they don't even concern me. Like, no disrespect to, they know who they are. I'm not going to say their name, but they don't exist in my world. They don't exist to me. You know, um, I'm not I'm not that foolish enough to devote one video towards them. You know, yeah. Why would I do that? But I want to highlight some things. Okay, so a while back I did a commentary on basically women who deprive their men of sex. And what I mean by their men, I mean that they deprive their husbands of sex, right? I did a commentary on that, and I really kind of want to just like recap and show my proofs for the fact that man, like a man, especially like a West African Muslim man, what he's gonna want what he's going to want in essence is he's going to want sex, submission, and he's going to want peace in his household. And I've been doing many videos about this, and so I kind of want to go ahead and continue on with that and go into it a little bit more and actually give the prophetic evidence, or give my evidences why this is something that that women are unfortunately going to suffer the consequences for if they decide to carry on in the way that they're continuing to carry on. Okay, so I found this, and this is in regards to like the prophetic tradition of Neladu alayhi salatu salam. This is what it said. Sayyiduna Abu Huraira, may Allah be pleased with him, said that Neladu alayhi salatu salam said, when a man calls his wife for sexual intimacy and she refuses him, thus he spends the night in anger, the angels curse her until the morning. Sayyiduna Taq ibn Ali, may Allah be pleased with them, narrates that Neladu alayhi salatu salam said, when a man calls his wife for sexual intimacy, she should come even if she's busy in the cooking area. Well, good luck getting a modern woman to cook, right? Sayyiduna Abu Huraira, may Allah be pleased with him, said that by the one in whose hands is my life, there is not a man who calls his wife for sexual intimacy and she refuses him, except that Allah becomes angry with her until her husband is pleased with her. And according to the Maliki fiqh, the fiqh I follow, a wife has to make her husband, no, a wife has to make herself available to her husband, for that. Now, don't think I'm just this like sex crazed dude. There's something we have called balance, and here's the balance. Many times it is observed that the husband demands from his wife to fulfill sexual needs no matter what state she is in, and uses the above quoted hadith to impose himself over her. If the wife is not in a state to engage in sexual activities and has a genuine and valid reason, and the husband forces her, then he will be sinful. Muslim husbands should realize that their wives are also humans and not some type of machines that they can be switched on whenever they desire. Finally, these matters should be resolved with mutual understanding, regard for one another, love, gentleness, and putting one spouse before oneself. And so, also, on the flip side, these sayings of Nailatu alayhi salatu salam means that it is unlawful for a wife to refuse her husband for sexual intimacy without valid reason. Even when she's on her period, you don't, of course, engage in your wife with sexual intercourse, but at the same time, you may want to play with your wife, kiss her, rub on her, rub her booty, stuff like that. Uh, you know, and again, though, it must be indicated that the wife should obey her husband's request for sexual intimacy unless she has a valid reason not to. She must obey as long as she doesn't forego her own rights. If the wife is ill, fears physical harm, which she shouldn't, emotionally drained, which she shouldn't be, she will not be obliged to comply with her husband's request for sexual intimacy. Rather, the husband should be required to show consideration for her. But let's look at my homegirl and see, and she's gotten a lot of backlash for her original TikTok. She's gotten hella backlash for her original. She's gotten hella backlash for her original TikTok. But let's look at her TikTok. Okay. Let's look at her TikTok.
Yes. Was you really at Tasha house trying to fight her today? Was. And you killed the lady car? Did. And told this lady you gonna kill her and her kid? Am. And you know damn well you ain't gonna kill nobody. Will. Shit.
So she's kind of like a comedian, but I'm not gonna even cap, man. I dig her, man, and the reason why I dig her is she keep it 100. You know what I mean? She keep it 100. But let's see the videos. Okay, let's see. So it says marriage does not equal all the vajayjay you want. Let's be clear. So the man needs to see more than that in a woman that a woman to marry her. Let's hear her response.
Hi. Time to upset the masses. Marriage does not equal all the vajay you want. Let's be clear. So the man needs to see more than that in a woman to marry her. Now, of course, we all know that they need to see more in us than just the vajayjay. But for you to say that it does not equal all the vajayjay you want, that's all bad. So the example that I would like to use, because I have not been married, is Holly Berry and Eric Benet. Now, I do not believe that Eric Benet became a sex addict fiend human after he got with Holly Berry. Holly Berry was very unhappy at the amount of sex that Eric Benet wanted to have. And I used to be blown away about that when I very first heard about it, because it's like, you are Holly Berry, and he is your husband. Literally, there are women on the earth that wake up trying to be you every day, mimicking your
Well, the thing is, you have to understand. I'm not saying that all the marriages are. I'm not saying that her failures in marriages are all her fault, but you have to understand that, like, dealing with Holly Berry, you're dealing with, like, you know what I mean? She was probably very difficult during marriage, and so, like, you know, with that being said, it probably ended bad for Eric Benet. You know what I mean? Like, it probably, like, was just like, she probably, because I don't know who he was. I don't know if he was a person of stature in the entertainment industry or anything like that. I have to look and see, was he a person of stature or not. But with that being said, I mean, it's it's just, she probably was pushing a hard bargain to him and probably couldn't take it anymore. And he's like, you know what? I have to go get it somewhere else.
Looks mimicking everything about you, because you were literally, at that time at least, she was like the image of beauty. Every era there's an image of beauty. Holly Berry was that, and she did not like the amount of sex Eric Benet wanted to have. If I'm not mistaken, he went and cheated. Not excusing the cheating, but she didn't want to have it as much as he did. So I just feel like, all right, if you feel like it doesn't equal that, you just need to make sure that your husband's okay with not getting it all the time. Because I don't understand how once we get married, why it wouldn't be available all the time. Again, so
Yeah, for me too, like, there was this one girl, but unfortunately she hit the wall and I wasn't about to travel to do it, but she wanted me to get married. And she's a very friendly girl, and she's, may Allah bless her and stuff like that. But, I said one of the agreements to the marriage was, I have to get it in like multiple times a day. Like, it can't just be one time a day. Like, I'm gonna have to be like, especially getting off of, like, if I'm putting in my work and stuff like that, I'm gonna need it like all the time. And she said, yeah, I'll make myself available for you all the time. It's just we ran into the roadblock when I mentioned polygamy. You know what I mean? And that's not to say that I would be polygamous. That's not to say that, but I'm just saying that, you know, that option I would want available to me without any like fuss or anything like that. And I don't, and my thing is this, like, and I'm confused. Like, I'm really confused about this. Like, why wouldn't you as a woman want that? Like, why wouldn't you, like, because I'm not gonna lie, like, I've refused it. I've refused it many times here. You know what I mean? And it's like, what? I'm kind of confused about why you would like refuse feel good, like it, unless you're on your menses, and you have no valid reason to do it. Like, that's the thing, like, there's no valid reason why you're doing it. You're just doing it to, like, hey, I got my money now, this dude is taking care of me, I don't need to do anything for him. Like, it's weird, bro. I don't get it.
this is why I know people are going to get mad. But I have been in relationships where I wanted to give it to him all the time. We just didn't get to marriage. So my goal when I do get married is that it's with someone I want to give it to all the time. Because I'm on it all the time too. So
So she's telling you that women have this inner, like that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the dumbest thing that these modern women do. They act like that they don't want it all the time. Listen, man, the problem what they do, this is what they do. When they get married, they put stipulations, they put these things on it. But when they weren't married and when they were running reckless and stuff like that with Pookie, Ray Ray, Chad, there was no rules. But then all of a sudden when they get married, there's rules now. Like, and this is when there shouldn't be rules to that. unless she falls into the category which I named before, man, about the whole about the about them, like the woman having, like having some issues, having like valid reasons for not wanting to do it. She even admits she's gonna want it all the time. Like it boggles my mind. It really boggles my mind, bro. Like it boggles my mind. Because I mean, I talked to so yeah, I told them not to do it. I told some of my African homeboys, I told some of my Caribbean homeboys to not get married to Belejo women, or do not get married to Denejo women, or don't get married to Asian, Western modernized women. Don't get married to Latin modernized women, because they will what you call it. They'll make your life a living hell. I told them not to do it, but some of them did it anyway. They're like, no, 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 she's different, this, that, and the other. And then, unfortunately, I'm the guy who says, I told you so. I don't like being that guy, man.
Not coming down on you at all. I was waiting for someone to get to that because I just don't understand why we don't want to give it to them all the time. If we've finally communicated, everybody's good in the home, no one's too tired because we don't have sexual rules where we have to do this to get this. So why aren't we getting some help?
And that's the thing. They put all these stipulations on it. They put all the stipulations on it. They put all these stipulations on it, these women. And that's why I say, like, and you wonder why Belejo women are dying alone. And you wonder why what you would call are dying alone. Denejo women. You see these single Denejo women and stuff like that. A lot of times too, man, they like a lot of times, I don't know why people say this, but and especially you hear from these black men, these Belejo men, a lot of times, man, a Denejo woman is what you would call it? A Denejo a Denejo woman will give you as much hell as a Belejo woman. She'll just do it in a different kind of way. She may not do it in a which one call it kind of way, in a in a Bonquisha type way. A Denejo woman will find a different way to give you a kind of hell. Okay. Don't get it twisted. They're the same too. They just have a different way of going about it. Okay? So that's why you should stay away from them. And on my previous video, my previous commentary with the African sister about Drianke and Jonge, I even asked my folks, hey, is this too much I'm asking for? What this homegirl said in the video? Am I asking for too much? They said no, not at all. But according to Belejo and Denejo, I am asking for too much. Okay, but anyhow, let's continue on.
This is literally cardio for some people. Like, so we can't get no cardio.
It is. Like that's the thing. Like me, with boxing and stuff. Like during fight camps and stuff like that. You're in the trenches. Like even right now, I'm in fight camp, man. I have to adjust to the fact that I'm here. Only other person here is my damn coach. All we do, literally all day long. This is all we do. Is literally we're running. Or we're in the damn gym. And there's very limited contact with females. So, of course, you're going to want, you know what I mean? And sex is good exercise, by the way.
I'm like, wow, because we're a woman and it's it's more to us than that. I'm a woman, and it's a lot more to me than that, but I like that part. So yes, so please, ladies, y'all need to explain it, because I'm not going to explain that to the men, because when me and my husband get together, he going to get this vajayjay all the time. Like,
And as he should, as he should. And unfortunately, the Belejo and Denejo woman will call her unpick pick me and stuff like that and everything like that. And all she's doing is being she's just being a wife. That's all that is. She understands what it is to be a wife. That's all that means. That's really all that means. You know what I mean? And the sad thing is they'll call her like, oh, she's desperate, things like that. And it's just like, it's funny to me, man. It's very funny.
been saying. So for all the women that are going to come and say, okay, when you get married, when I get married, I'm going to give him the vajayjay. And when I get lucky enough to get married, he going to get the vajayjay. And I guess y'all going to get lucky enough to hear about it, he getting the vajayjay, or I'm going to be lucky enough to tell y'all. Either way, he going to get that vajayjay. All right. Have a good day. All right.
May Allah bless that sister. May Allah help her find a man that's like suitable for her. Well, I want to get into something, and this is what happened. This is what happens when you this is what happens when you don't set any boundaries this is why you don't set any boundaries with how should I say it, when you don't set any boundaries in giving your vajayjay up to like giving your vajayjay up to whoever you want to, but you're not married to them. This is what happens. Let's look at the result of what happens. Let's see.
I'm Nick Nimmin, and I'm a StreamYard user. For the last 6 years, I've been live streaming consistently to YouTube.
But Kendra was in shock like me.
Shout out to Pretty Brown for you.
Like, I guess she.
That was your belly.
I am.
You're
watching.
I do. You do?
One's coming.
You're pregnant?
I am.
I mean, honestly, I wish Kendra G, I wish she would stop doing this, because I don't know what her success rate is when it comes to this, but chances are it's pretty low. I wish she would stop doing this, because it's like the people she gets, I'm sorry to say it, but let's be realistic with ourselves. You know what I mean? Let's just be realistic with ourselves and look at like the type of people she gets with these videos,
You're pregnant right now?
I am.
That was your belly.
I can't really see it. It's more of a. I'm sorry. It's more.
So this woman is pregnant right now and she's looking for someone. Can you make this shit up anymore? Pregnant, looking for someone. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I surely don't get it. I'm confused.
A food belly / baby going on, so.
Wait, are you really pregnant?
I am. I'm 5 months.
You're not with the dad?
I'm not.
So you wanted me to guy?
So instead of trying to work things out with the dad, oh God. Oh. Oh. I mean, what should I say? Please, someone in the comment section, let me know what should I say. I don't know what to say.
Why you're pregnant?
Well, I mean, I was just for the fun of it. I mean, I'm open-minded. If someone else is open-minded, I guess.
You what? Are you having sex though?
Of course, you need to.
Hasn't learned. That's the crazy thing. Like, you know what I mean? She got married. Husband wants to have sex. Husband wants kids. She couldn't give that to him, probably. Wants kids of his own. Gonna be very hard, man. Oh, God. You wonder, and you ask yourself, like, okay, is there a mental disconnect? Like, you don't want to be disrespectful or anything like that, but you kind of wonder, okay, well, is there mentally something kind of lacking? You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to think that. You don't want to like use those words like, hey, you know, maybe there's a mental disconnect, but it's kind of like, it kind of, you know, it kind of, yeah, you know, it kind of seems that way.
I'm sorry, I didn't. I mean,
Wait, so you're having sex with somebody else that's not your child's father?
She is. She doesn't want to say it, but she is. She is.
I mean,
I'ma judge you. Okay, let me say this, right? I don't
yes.
have any kids. I don't know the hormones of a pregnant woman, right? So I don't know how that feels. I know the hormones are high, but I kind of think you shouldn't be. I mean, I don't know. Listen, I really need pregnant women to tell me this is right or wrong. I would think no, you can't be having sex while you're pregnant, and it ain't the.
Well, I mean, I can see you not having sex with other people while you're pregnant, but you should be. You should have sex while you're pregnant. It is a healthy, natural thing to do.
Right, but you say you're not with the child's father, so are you?
That's true.
Sex, so are you having sex with other men?
No, men, no, definitely not.
Okay, so when I asked you the question, you said, of course you were having sex.
She is. She's having sex with other men. She's having sex with other men because like it's easier for them to like have sex with her now. She's having sex with other men, guys. Don't let it fool you.
It sounded so like positive when I said that. I blurted out. But
okay, changing the answer because I was judgmental. I won't judge. I'll keep it in the same space.
No, I get it. I mean, I totally get it. You know, you have your own opinions. I get it. I mean, it's been months when I had sex, but the person who wasn't my baby father, it was someone who was close to me. So it wasn't some random person. It was definitely a person who knew what's going on in my life. Someone.
So it was basically a nigga who waited his turn and got out the friend zone. That's what it was. Yeah, it was just a nigga who waited his turn and got out the friend zone. That's it.
Who's just been there for me from day one. So, I mean, I don't know if that's any difference from being with a random person, but.
So if you meet a guy now, would you be willing to be intimate? You would be.
Yes and no. I mean, it depends.
Yeah.
Like you said, like I do have another human in my body. I mean,
these damn ads.
I call it.
I mean, yeah. So I would have to take precaution, and I mean, it's something really, really intimate and like something new for me since I'm, pregnant.
And your last relationship was your child's father, or no, it wasn't. It was somebody else. You said, right?
Well, it was him. Like, I mean, technically he was like my last relationship, I guess. But before that, that was only like we were only together for like a month, and then
You with your child's father for a month?
Yeah, I know.
Girl.
I know.
So probably what happened is like Let's listen more. Let's listen more.
Oh, child. Okay. Okay.
I know. I mean, at least, you know, he told me he was being honest of not trying to be
Y'all wasn't
together with me.
in a relationship then.
What was that?
Y'all wasn't in a relationship when you got pregnant.
I believe we were. We actually talked about it, saying that we were exclusive. But he just couldn't handle the fact that I was pregnant.
But y'all were exclusive for 30 days?
Yeah.
So y'all didn't really get to know each other. Like if that's
No,
okay.
that one, we've known each other for 8 years.
Oh, okay.
So probably what happened is, and he may need to check. That's the thing. He may need to do a paternity test. As a matter of fact, he should do a paternity test because of the simple fact that, you know, in those 8 years that they known each other, he must understand that, you know, he was not the only one to bust. You know, like he wasn't the only one to have that. I mean, I think what happened is he was in the friend zone and he finally escaped the friend zone. And it's a possibility that she probably was pregnant before he got the drawers, and that it was sympathy sex for her. I think that may be the case. Maybe.
So you knew each other prior, but you
Yes.
dated for a month and you got pregnant, and then he said he wanted to end the relationship.
Correct.
Okay.
I know.
I personally think that if I was you, I would focus on having this child and making sure that's in order, because I think the kind of guy you want to attract, I don't want you just attract some guy who just want to sleep with you because you're pregnant, or, you know, like, men
Yeah.
have crazy fetishes, like,
Yeah, that's true.
and I'm not saying that you won't meet a good guy right now, but I do think I would say focus on.
The problem is she's not realistic with these women. Like, you know, I hate to say it, but you know, I would straight out tell her that, like, the only type of men you're gonna meet are gonna be like beta male simp type men who are gonna take you serious, who are gonna want you to be who are gonna want to like be in the how should I put it, in your life. Like they will be the ones that would entertain you. Other than that, like your pickings are pretty slim. You know what I mean? I would have to be like that. You know, I would really have to be like that, because the thing is, what a man is, a man with like common sense and a man with like a foresight, basically man with foresight. What he's gonna ask is well, you know, number one, where is the father of the kid, and number two, you know, how long are you with, how long were you with the father of the kid? You know, those are the questions they're gonna ask, right? And if you tell a man a month, which I don't think she will, you know, I don't think she will tell him that. But if she does tell a man a month, then that man is gonna have his red flag raised and probably not gonna take her serious, you know. So yeah, you know, this is what happens, you know, when you're dealing with these type of when you're dealing with in these scenario, when Belejo women and Denejo, when Belejo women have followed Denejo women's lead in terms of sexual liberation and the like thereof.
I having your baby, getting some things in order, and really deciding what you need as a partner. And what do you have to bring to the table to attract that type of person?
That's true.
You know,
Right.
I mean, being single and sitting down is actually not a bad thing because it gives you a chance to reflect. And I know a lot of times we always want to blame the person that was in our life, but we have to take responsibility for attracting that person. And we don't.
That's true.
And you are attracting certain men. And I think if you want a person that you could build a life with, potentially marry, build a family that's going to accept your child, I think there's some things you got to handle.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think you got to, you know, I'm trying to be really gentle with you because you are a pregnant woman, and I don't want to be too harsh, and I just love women in general, but I don't think dating should be your first priority. I think you should figure out, okay, how do I get myself in this situation? What changes do I need to make moving forward? Let me have this baby, make sure the baby's healthy. You said you got great friends that are around to support you, even guy friends that are around to support you. Focus on that, have your child, and then put yourself in a space where you can start dating better.
Okay. I appreciate all that. Yeah. And I'm going to take it.
And she probably is not going to listen. You know, that's the thing. She probably is not going to listen. She's probably going to keep on doing what she's been doing. And yeah, man. But anyway, moral of the story is this. If your wife is not giving you if your wife is not giving you the you know what I mean, the necessary thing, then what I would recommend is don't cheat, but if anything, you may want to try to marry a second wife, you know, who will be willing to give you those things, you know. I don't suggest cheating. You know, don't do that. But again, you can go ahead and entertain another woman, you know. But anyhow, that's all I got for now, guys. You leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Foolish signing out. Unjarama.